I always wanted to play college. I mean, basketball's all I really want to do. I don't really have desires to do anything else. I love the game. I guess it really set in probably sophomore year that I really wanted to play. And I had to sit down and talk to my dad, and like it told me how hard it was going to be. I mean, it's really hard to play any collegiate level. I think the injury was the best thing that could have happened to me. It mainly affected the way I handled my body and handled everything else, and making sure I treated my body right and drank and ate all the right things. And I think it even helped. That's a call. Oh shoot. I think it's the best basketball program around here in the Permian Basin. Ryburn has taught me a lot about that. Not my whole life is just basketball, and that I have other things to do, and then I can still be great in other aspects of life.
Are your grades doing good?
They're fine. They've been better. Miss Thompson's classes not great. I think I'm gonna end up with a C in there, which my mom's not happy about. All those big games, the big teams we played, they're highly ranked. Like me going into those games, I'm more excited than I am nervous. They have to worry about me every single time. I can go in there and score whenever I want to. They were afraid of me. So every time I knew they were afraid of me, it was over.
You know, just looking ahead to some of those tests, like when we play in the Cap Rock and when we get to play some really high caliber opponents, how are we going to respond, and are we good enough to win those types of games? Because I know we're going to be really good. You know, I know we're going to win a lot of games. I'm confident about that. But can you win the game?
We're always not being ranked, I feel like, as high as we should have been ranked, you know, and we're not getting the respect or the credit that I think we deserve.
It's worth it over the next 2 hours to just do everything in your mind and engage with us, all right? But we also have to make extra efforts, you know, and make plays that don't happen on accident. Josiah did the same thing in the Concordia game. He just dominated the game on offensive glass. And that's, I think, is the best picture of like when a guy comes out and plays on purpose. Guys, it is going to be a sneaking match. It's going to be a bloodbath. I'll tell you this, we're going to figure out a way to win this game. All right? I know you guys are going to figure out a way to win this game. Let's go sneak and do it.
I definitely thought we needed to beat some of those big teams just to prove to ourselves we can do it.
Those are all tournaments where you can simulate being in the state tournament and winning those games.
When you kind of look ahead at the end of your year and you're trying to build your team to win that last game, you look at the types of teams you're trying to beat: North Crowley, Odessa Permian, Lubbock Trinity.
I guess that's what showed us what level we really need to rise to.
I know I've worked really hard. I've worked hard enough to be put in those games and be able to perform.
Those guys were huge. I just got to play my tail off.
We're about to find out how good we are.
Knowing the shoes that I had to fill, it had an impact on me. I just knew I had to step up.
WT White, there's so much energy, we just beat the brakes off of them.
Was the starting point of me believing I was like, okay, we're gonna win a state championship.
Every loss was tough for me for sure, because I didn't want to lose a game.
Throughout my life and coaching career, I probably haven't handled it really well, and there were probably times this year where I didn't handle it really well.
The 3 not counting to win the game was tough. This is so close, and everyone dreams about the game winners.
Me and him talked throughout the season how a loss would just eat at us for a weekend or maybe a week.
I think during that time, we were kind of high on the wins.
I had a lot of mixed emotions going into that game. I'm playing against one of my best friends since birth. I love competing, and, I wanted to beat him. We both talked about it like, yeah, we're friends, but, we want to compete against each other and we want to win.
We went on that run in the third quarter.
Nicely done by Evan Garrett. Evan Garrett steals it to Boston Rodriguez to Garrett. Lay-in is good. Evan Garrett. Nicely done.
Evan just had a layup to put us up, like 10 or 12. I remember I go to check back in, and Swag Surf is playing. The lights are going everywhere, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got this.
And in front of the home crowd, we thought we were going to win. I was confident we were going to win the game.
We couldn't score, and they just out-toughed us during that game, I think.
It was tough.
It was real solemn.
Going in the locker room after those games is never easy, but it's a painful, necessary part of the process.
It still wasn't good enough for us.
Those games really were a part of preparing us for, the team that we ultimately became.
I learned a lot through all those 6 losses.
All right, exactly. It's an unnecessary loose move, right? Tight. Don't give up the. You think that's pretty fast? Tap it.
No, I lost it. I need Joe to go faster.
We weren't as consistent as we thought we were, even though at that time we'd only lost like 4 or 5 games.
I think it's a balance between just being honest with yourself and just giving your best effort and realizing that that's okay. Failure is a part of it. Losses are a part of it. Our goal here has never been to go 40-0, you know, and we really haven't set our schedule up that way. We're kind of building some failure into our schedule, honestly.
We had to get over it because it was so close to the end of the season. We just had to move on.
Playing Lubbock Trinity and losing to them was a wake-up call, like we need to be at our best right now.
And him just setting the standard even higher. You know, after Friendship loss and that Trinity loss at home, I don't think we ever looked back. And yeah, we didn't. We didn't lose another game.
I think Fort Worth Christian really hates us.
We've had some history with them.
I think when they scored their first bucket, I threw it into Zach and we both looked at each other and smiled because it was so loud. That was one of the best moments of the season where we just were like, okay, we're here, we're strapped in. It's go time.
I was just smiling, laughing. It was extremely fun. It was like the loudest I've ever been in. Everyone hated us. And it was like those big games, and it's like, oh, I'm just excited. I'm just here to prove we're ever going wrong.
It's one of the toughest places I've ever played and toughest atmospheres that I've ever been in. You know, I think we knew that going in, it was going to be tough. Like, we practiced with crowd noise, but it was different.
They threw their best shot at us, and we came right back swinging.
I think the biggest thing was looking at each other in the eyes during every dead ball. Just one more play, this next play.
We've still got a job to do. We've still got something we're pursuing, and it's not a district championship.
That reality was sort of starting to set in. I only got a few more left of these, you know. We got to make each one of them count.
We just had to hit him in the mouth hard.
Man, we got to get ready for tomorrow, dude. I'm tired.
Most teams would crumble in that situation.
Midland Christian's been through some tough things.
Just that feeling of satisfaction was unbelievable.
And that moment is the moment that we peaked.
Everybody knows, like, the conversation all year has been, it's Midland Christian, it's St. Michael's.
This is all I've ever worked for, is this moment.